sure you guys know the rules. We'll give you a list, and you guys go back and forth on the list until somebody gets an answer wrong, an answer is repeated, or you simply can't come up with an answer. Dennis goes first. You got to win 2 games to win the tickets. Dennis, the first category up for grabs. State capitals. Wow. We only need the city. We don't need the state. So just give us cities. State capitals. Dennis, go.
Albany.
Shane.
Boston.
Dennis.
Lansing.
Shane.
Sacramento.
Dennis.
St. Paul.
Shane.
Indianapolis.
Dennis.
Des Moines.
Shane.
Columbus.
Dennis.
Milwaukee.
Oh, come on!
No.
That would be Madison.
Madison is the capital.
Oh.
Sorry about that, Dennis. Shane gets that one. Shane leads 1-0.
All right, Dennis, maybe you can do better on this one, but Shane will start us off. Single season NFL rushing leaders since 1960. There have been some who have led the league twice, but you only have to say them once, okay? Got that? Single season NFL rushing leaders since 1960.
All right, Shane, you get to go first. Go.
Barry Sanders.
Dennis.
Marshall Falk.
Shane. No. Marshall Falk never led the league in rushing, so it's a clean sweep for Shane. But you know what, Dennis? You get to go golfing anyway, so you're having a great day. Thanks for playing. Appreciate it. Enjoy.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the weather. Shane, safe travels to Chicago, and hang on the line, okay?
Thank you, guys. Make it a great day.
All right, you too. There
We
he
hope
is.
so.
Shane from Howell. He is our winner today. He wins tickets to see WWE SmackDown live at the LCA Tuesday, August 6th, 7:45 p.m. WWE bringing all the SmackDown superstar action back to the LCA in the District, Detroit. Tickets can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com.
Kind of surprised Marshall Falk not on that list, huh?
Exactly. And, you think of other, like Edgerrin James, a former Colt running back, led the league in rushing.
Yes, he did in 2000.
I might have said, Adrian Peterson. I might have said LaDainian Tomlinson. But, hey, he went with Marshall Falk.
Who do you think is the most obscure name on this list?
Most obscure guy ever to lead the league in...
Well, since 1960. I mean, on this list.
Right. If you don't really know football history, certain names might go, Chris Johnson. But I remember Chris Johnson because then he held out the next year for a ton of money. I don't know. Who's yours?
Otis Armstrong used to play for the Broncos. That was in 1974. Freeman McNeil, the former Jet UCLA player. You might not remember him.
Well, he led apparently in a strike-shortened season because his rushing total that year was 786.
That's right.
Wow.
1982 was a strike year.
What a total. I think if you didn't know the Detroit Lions history, you'd be surprised to see Christian Okoye up there. Oh, people remember that he and Barry, Barry could have beat him, but sat down in that 16th game when he could have actually beaten Okoye's rushing total. Right?
And more recently, Arian Foster and MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew.
MJD.
Actually led the league in rushing.
All right, so now I'm going to tell you a little story here, and I want to know from you and from Heather, who is the bad person, okay?
Yeah.
There's 2 candidates. I don't think there's a third candidate. This is from Yahoo. So some dude is about to get married. And I don't know if this is necessarily on the wedding day, but right around the wedding, he texts an ex-girlfriend, okay?
Sounds like something I might do.
Hold on.
I already know who's in the wrong.
This sounds like something I might do. Go ahead.
And he said he tracked down her cell phone number, and he texted the ex-girlfriend, and he wrote the following. I'm getting married tomorrow, and I wanted to send you this message. Thank you for being my first love. Okay? I know we were only kids when we dated, but you taught me what love is. My point of all this is you are the reason I know how to love someone. You taught me love. You taught me how to deal with my anger, how to deal with my depression, and how to live to the fullest. And I'm grateful for you. I wish you love and happiness. Okay? So this woman, Alexa Sanchez Aguilar, took the text message and did the logical thing in 2019. Put it on the internet.
He put it all over social media, I'm guessing.
Put it all over social media.
Okay.
And basically said, weird, whatever. that she was invited to the wedding and decided not to go. So
She
now
was invited to the wedding?
Yeah. Heather, we've been over this, okay? Stoney had an ex-girlfriend stand up in his
I
wedding.
know.
I had an ex-girlfriend at my wedding.
Wrong.
I had a few
You're both
ex-girlfriends.
wrong.
So if you're still friends with them, what's the difference?
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
not
think
something you would do, but it's not wrong.
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 How is it wrong?
So I guess the question here is, who's the bad person? I think we know who Heather's answer is.
The guy.
The guy.
Yeah, for sure. It's the day before your wedding. You should not at all be thinking about your ex-girlfriend to the point where you have to track her phone number down and thank her for the way she loved you. He's in the wrong. She should have blasted him all over social media.
I don't think I would have done that, but I think it was a nice gesture. She is really wrong for posting on social media.
Yeah, See, I'm more with Stoney.
It
on
also
this one.
depends on the way they broke up. If they broke up as friends and all that, that's kind of cool in a
Yeah.
way. But if he, wanted her back or something, that'd be a different story.
I think the fact that he took the time to send this text,
And it was a nice text.
it was a very nice text,
Sure.
but it definitely showed that he still had feelings
Yeah,
for her.
this is the day before his wedding.
Yeah.
He should not at all be thinking about this ex-girlfriend. At all. She shouldn't even be on his mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see myself having done something like this. I did not. I want to make that very clear.
Right, me neither.
But I could see myself because,
The day before your wedding, though?
maybe
Like, how about, like,
a week before.
before you... No! Like far in advance before you even get engaged.
Well, how about instead of the day before the wedding, what about the morning of? Because, you're not really doing anything. You're just hanging out.
Right, I played golf before the day I got married.
But if the shoe were on the other foot, and I found out that my wife had sent a message like that, especially if it had been somebody who, was
Yeah.
particularly special in the history of her life, I could see being bothered by that, certainly.
For sure.
For sure.
Without a doubt.
So you didn't send any texts to ex-boyfriends the morning of your wedding?
No!
He was too busy getting ready to drink.
Not at all.
Or she was already drinking?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Smashed. No, not at all.
I mean,
I've never, no.
Heather, I gotta say, I get where you're coming from. I really do. And I would, like, if you were Christy,
Yeah.
I wouldn't sit here and argue the points. I wouldn't go, no, you're wrong about this.
But she's telling us, and she's telling me I'm wrong for even having, and you're wrong for even having an ex-girlfriend at your wedding.
But what is so wrong with honest feelings and emotion? You know what I mean?
Nothing. That is great. Feel those feelings, let it out, cry some tears, but you don't need to send it in a text message. You can feel all you want, but that's ridiculous. You don't need to tell
What
her.
about if you use snail mail? Send her a letter. Would that make you feel any better?
No, not at all.
But why is this woman so lame that you have to put it on the internet?
That's the
Why
worst.
wouldn't she?
Why would you?
Because
You're shaming somebody who did something
he's
nice?
about to get married and he's texting me. I'm gonna put it all over the internet.
See, there we go. Look, I use Twitter a lot. I read Facebook a lot. That's the difference. That's the age discrepancy we have on this show. Okay, Heather thinks there's nothing wrong with doing that.
I don't think I would do it, but I don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, all right, that you were to get a text like this one from an ex-boyfriend. I'm not even
Okay.
sure that person exists in your life because
Okay.
you and Colin were dating for a long time.
Sure.
But let's just say for the sake of argument you did.
Uh-huh.
Would you tell Colin?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
No, you would
No,
not.
no,
You would
no,
absolutely
no,
not.
no.
And therefore you wouldn't put it on the internet.
Right.
But you don't know if this woman was in a relationship. Was she married? Was she still single?
I have no idea.
I mean, that's different. If she's happily married and maybe she wouldn't put it all over social media, but if she's single, why not?
I mean, again, what is wrong with having a personal conversation between two people that has to... Nope, got to put it on the internet.
That's ridiculous.
All right, it is 6:45 on 97.1 The Ticket. Coming up next, the Nick Castellanos story simply refuses to die. And it refuses to die, apparently, thanks to some broadcasters from Philadelphia who figured out how many home runs Nick Castellanos would have if he played all of his games this year at Citizens Bank Park. These are home games.
You talk about a ballpark that's a joke?
That one is?
That's a joke.
Okay, well, we'll find out what kind of a joke it is and hear what Nick's reaction to that is coming up next on 97.1 The Ticket. When I say the name David Hall, you think about the mortgage business because David Hall has been one of the leading names in the mortgage business here in Detroit for the last 20 years. I've known D. Hall that time going back to his days with the Pistons. Remember when Chauncey said, D. Hall, what up? And David Hall is a guy you can trust when it comes to mortgages. He put together David Hall Financial with one express purpose. He wanted to create a smaller mortgage company that guaranteed great service to every one of its clients. At Hall Financial, you are a name, you are a person, and they want to give you the best service possible, which is why they specialize in 5-star reviews, small client base, and over 700 5-star reviews, which means clients are thrilled with the service they get. And you should be thrilled with the service you get. Think about it. Your home is the biggest investment you have for most of us. And if you're looking to refinance your mortgage, you probably know that rates are the lowest they've been in 3 years. Or maybe you're looking to do home improvements and you want to find out how much you can get out of your home mortgage. Call David Hall today at 248-308-5000, 248-308-5000, or check him out on the web, davidhallmortgage.com.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. You'll still find construction in place right now, 94 eastbound between 96 Jeffries and the Lodge Freeway, where only the left lane is open. The Jeffries east and westbound ramps to eastbound 94 still closed with a backup right now from Livernois. Also in Warren, Hoover northbound at 11.5 Mile Road, there's still a crash working to clear. You may want to use Van Dyke or Shaner to get around it. Introducing the new Big Spin Instant Game from the Michigan Lottery with top instant prizes of $1 million. Plus, second chances to appear on the Big Spin TV event, hosted by basketball star John Sally. The Big Spin Instant Game, take one for a spin. I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Tires, Red Wings, and Pistons all play here. 97.1 The Ticket. This CBS Sports Minute is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings.
This is Zach Gelb with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. With quality parts and know-how, Napa Auto Parts can help you keep your car on the road. When looking at the Eagles for the 2019 season, the biggest question is, can Carson Wentz stay healthy for 16 games? In 2017, Wentz was on his way to winning the MVP by making Houdini-like plays and tossing 33 touchdowns to only 7 interceptions, but unfortunately his season came to a crashing stop when he tore his ACL. In 2018, Wentz's health woes continued as he ended the season on the bench with a bad back. If Carson can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the Eagles should win the NFC East this year, and 11 should return to MVP form. Here's to Carson Wentz staying healthy not only for this year, but for many years to come, because it would be a shame if his talents are wasted. I'm Zach Gelb.
Napa know-how. At Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care Centers, get a $25 prepaid Visa card when you get any Napa Automotive battery. It's the best deal for some of the best batteries from some of the best car people around. But we might be a little partial. Anywho, pick up any Napa Automotive battery and save $25. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care Centers while supplies last. Offer ends 8/31/19.
In general, I'm a win-win guy. When I have to spend hours searching for the right part, it's lose-lose. It's time lost for me and lost time for my crew. That's why I order from Grainger. With product experts that have the answers to my toughest questions, an easy-to-use website to help me find the right product quickly, I can rely on Grainger to make getting supplies for my business as simple and seamless as possible. When it comes to getting things done, it's a win-win when Grainger's got your back. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In the Motor City, we build the best vehicles on the planet, and at Taylor Ford, we're celebrating the great American worker. That means you'll always get more for less, like a new 2019 Ford F-150 XLT Crew Cab, $149 a month, 24-month lease, security deposit waived. You'll get a huge selection, more for your trade, and unbeatable customer care. The Great American Worker event, Taylor Ford, at your service. Online, shop TaylorFord.net. With a prepaid dealer for details, expires 7/31/19.
Hurry into the Ford Hurry Up and Save sales event and get 20% estimated savings on select Ford SUVs. Plus, earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards. Moda must be activated within 60 days of purchase through the Ford Pass app on a smartphone and remain active for at least 6 months after activation. Eligible on select 2019 model year vehicles. Vehicle must have arrived at dealer at least 61 days prior to the sale date. Estimated savings include an average dealer discount based on a sales survey of average discounts offered by Ford dealers nationally. Discount may vary. Dealer determines price. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 9/3/19. See participating dealer for complete details.
Or, if you want to lease, current Easy Plan F-150 lessees can lease a 2019 350 Super Crew XLT 4x4 for only $149 a month for 24 months, with $2,009 due at signing. Not all lessees will qualify for Ford Credit Red Carpet Low Mileage Lease. See dealer for complete details. Some exclusions may apply. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by July 31st and visit a Southeast Michigan Ford dealer today.
North Bloomfield Properties is the area's most recommended full-service property management team. They're experts in advertising, cleaning, maintaining, and repairing your rental property. Enjoy your weekends again. Visit NorthBloomfield.com. Spend an amazing evening with Mr. Tiger, Al Kaline, Thursday, July 25th in the Tiger Club at Comerica Park. All guests will receive a signed photo with the Hall of Famer, plus enjoy a great Q&A session hosted by John Ward. Limited seats available. Go to tigers.com/Kaline. Now available for download. Always Aggravated, a Mike Valenti signature podcast. Get it on radio.com and Apple iTunes.
Text responses to the story we just brought up about a guy about to get married who texted his ex-girlfriend the day before the wedding to thank her for the role he played in his life. He taught her how to love, and she immediately put it on the internet. So we were asking, who's the a-hole here? Stoney and I both agree it's her. Heather thinks it's 100% the dude. Mm-hmm. What's he doing the day before the wedding, sending a text to an ex-girlfriend?
Right.
He should be completely thinking about one woman and one woman only.
For sure.
Take a text. Haha, Heather sounds really old-fashioned. Does she wear a bonnet and horn-rimmed glasses?
Old-fashioned? Why do I sound old-fashioned?
One woman, one man. Heather, we have open relationships in 2019.
It's the day before his wedding.
Another ticket text. This topic has touched a nerve in Heather. Was the guy Colin who sent the text? I never saw what the guy's name was. No? No, okay. Another ticket text. You guys are misreading the text. Is actually being really sarcastic. I think it's kind of rubbing it in her face that he's getting married. No, I think you're wrong about that. Because if you read the article, the woman who actually posts on her internet posting that they did share a lot together. Apparently there was a suicide of a mutual friend of theirs that they helped each other through. So they really did have a good relationship. It just didn't long. He's wrong to start, and she took it next level by posting.
Okay, I can deal with that. I don't think he's wrong, but yes, she took it next level.
Her actions are effed up. Leave it. It's scary that Heather thinks that posting that message on the internet is the proper thing to do.
Exactly.
I don't think it's proper, but I don't see anything wrong with it.
You basically
I said I wouldn't do it, but I think it's fine.
It's okay.
So you're kind of implying that you would. You're like, why not? But then
Why not air personal dirty laundry publicly is basically what you're saying.
I mean, he was kind of asking for it. I think.
Asking for it. He's like thanking this woman for like helping him,
Yeah, the day before he's getting married, he should be thanking his wife for loving him and wanting to marry him and spend the rest of her life with him.
He probably has done that. He just, a lot of times guys reflect right before they get married. Is this really what I want to do?
Stoney, make sure you never, note to selves, never heap praise on Heather in a private setting.
Because she'll just put it right on the internet. I know.
Really weird. Stoney told me I was doing a great job on the radio. Very creepy.
Post it all over my social media account.
All right, so last night the Tigers lost 3-2 to the Philadelphia Phillies, and apparently during the Phillies broadcast, right, Stoney?
Yes.
The announcers, and you probably know who they are, I don't.
It's Tom McCarthy and the Crucker, John Kruk.
Oh, okay. They did a graphic that showed if Nick Castellanos played his home games at the Phillies home ballpark, which is Citizens Bank. This came on the heels, obviously, of what Castellanos said on Sunday, that he would have hit 11 more home runs so far this season than he's hit in 2019.
I wonder how many the doubles that he's hit here that he leads the majors in. Some would have been home runs, but some would have been outs too.
Probably. But still, that's 2 more bases for the extra base hit total, so maybe their slugging would average out. Who knows? So anyway, Rieger got wind of this, our man Jeff Rieger, and he went down and told Castellanos this after the game in the wee hours after the Tigers lost 3-2 in 15 innings. So, this is the We Have Sound segment, and boy, do we have sound. This is Nicholas Castellanos talking about... I don't have to listen before I drink. Oh, here we go.
This will be on how Comerica Park affects his salary.
And your comments the other day about the ballpark and probably what shot you did the research. Phillies ballpark at Citizen Bank, you would have 11 more homers in that ballpark than this.
So now what you should do is you should go and find out how many more I would have in 18, and in 17, and in 16, and in 15, and in 14, and you take all that, and then now you figure out what salary group I'm in, the way arbitration works, and you realize how much money and stuff is lost because